Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here with a hopefully quick review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 11, Tax Times and Blurry Lines. Okay, first and foremost, I just want to go ahead and say shame on Bravo for letting Gizelle and Robyn run your whole program. I just don't understand how we have downplayed this whole Robyn tax situation, how we letting Gizelle continually get away with not talking about Jamal. I mean, at this point, y'all not even requiring that the other ladies bring it up, and I know y'all do that. Okay, so this review is going to be no holds bar. If you have a delicate tummy, maybe you would like to sit this one out because as you can see, no gloves. All right, let's get into it. Okay, first of all, we see what Karen is calling and inviting Ashley and Baby Dean because Baby Dean, I mean, she don't really have nobody to keep Baby Dean. Michael say this your baby. I'm not keeping your baby. But we love to see Baby Dean because Baby Dean is a good judge of character. A good judge of character. Okay, so, and she's also inviting Gizelle. I really feel like the only reason she invited Gizelle is because Monique couldn't come. I'm just gonna be honest with you. She doing her high school homecoming. It's a parade. It's the whole thing. We getting to see where Karen lives. I think it's Surrey, Virginia. It's like 2 hours away from where she lives now. It was just so, this whole visit to Karen's town just made me that much more disgusted with Gizelle because Gizelle is critical as hell, okay? Gizelle, you critical as hell, okay? Like, just how much she criticized Karen through this whole process. I mean, it started from the door because Ray, who was late for his nap, was kind of getting Karen on out the door. He was really getting that film crew on out of his house is what he was really trying to do so he can go and get him a nap. But of course, Gizelle wanted to play it like Ray was trying to get rid of Karen, and why was she inviting her and Ashley and not Ray? You know, which I had the same question, but considering how much Karen was doing there, I don't know that Ray was down for that, okay? I just don't know if he was down for that energy. Plus, Ray and Karen are having difficulty. But for Gizelle to make it seem like, why isn't Ray here? Why isn't Jamal here? Where is Jamal? When was the last time we seen Jamal? When you go to Atlanta and stay in a hotel? Okay. We see where Karen is going to her family farm, Wooden Farm. It's a really, really great story. Apparently, her people were slaves on that land, and they ended up buying that land, and now here some many, many years later, that land is thriving. It is a fully functional farm. They do soybean, peanuts, just a bunch of different things, and that's sold all over the world. They're shipped and farmed out all over the world. It is a beautiful story, and it's another example of Black excellence and accomplishment. We got to meet her aunts. We got to meet her cousins. She's got a lot of cousins in this town. Her maiden name was Wooden, and the Woodens are very well known in this town. But of course, Gizelle just poo-pooed everything. The size of the town, the size of the parade. I mean, why go? Why go at all if you have no well wishes? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, and you guys have probably heard me say this before, don't come to my house if you gonna criticize it from roof to basement. Don't come here. If you mean me no good, if you have only ill feelings and malicious intent, why would you come? Why would you come? I don't understand how y'all stomach Gizelle. I really, really don't. You know, and I just think we could have used without all that peanut gallery commentary. We get to see beautiful pictures of Karen. They did a farm tour. They rode on the combine that was collecting, harvesting the corn. Karen's got a beautiful, beautiful family. They really seem like they're a beautiful family. In the midst of this, Monique calls, and Karen kind of co-signs on the fact that she was talking out of both sides of her neck as it pertains to Monique and the Candiace situation. Turns out she told Candiace that if it was her, she would press charges, right? I don't know when this was. I think Candiace said she talked to Karen on the phone, and Karen said this. Now, I don't know how far after the altercation it was, but still, Karen, I mean, neutral is neutral. Neutral is just neutral. Okay? Stay out of it. Even if you would have pressed charges, just stay out of it and just support. Like, it doesn't, you don't even have to have directions for people. If it was me, this is what I would do. Yeah, listen, that's not what support is. That's not what support is. Until it comes time to bury the body, stay out of it. Keep it neutral. Time come for the parade, and they have a Bentley there for Karen to ride on. Again, she's representing not just her high school, but she's also representing the Wooden family. So she's going to ride on the back of a Bentley, and much like Jamal, Karen said, Gizelle, you are not riding with me. She used to hearing that because Jamal said, you can't even stay in my house, boo. Okay. We see Karen go to her church, and she has all these memories. It brings up all the memories about her mom and dad. She had a weird death timeline between her mom and dad, but I'm sure that was just a simple mistake, faux pas. I don't know. She gets emotional, and it's at this moment that Gizelle wants to try to look like she has a heart. Like, she's sitting in church. I mean, I guess it's sort of hopeful that she's showing some type of like empathy, since she is sitting in church. You know what I mean? Just, you're not gonna drag the girl in church, I guess. Anyway, we all remember last year when they was in New Orleans, and Karen decided to sit the club out, and y'all went through her IG and saw what she was doing lives and all of that from her hotel room, and you can't understand how she's supposed to be so sad, but she doing lives instead of going out to the club with y'all. Right? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We get to see where Ashley did not bring baby Dean. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, I can see where Ashley is straddling the middle of the road, you know, which I think is the best place for her to be. I don't think she needs to be completely decided on one side or the other. She seems like she's trying to support both of the ladies, both Candiace and Monique, in the situation. She seems like she's trying to be real neutral with Karen. Her and Karen are in a good place. So when Gizelle keeps bringing up these negative comments about Karen, Ashley is redirecting her, and Ashley is correlating the fact that Karen is in this different place in her life right now, and consequently she's probably in a different place with her marriage, and that Ashley can herself can also relate because she can see the differences in her relationship with Michael, especially since Michael and Ray are in different demographics from their wife, age demographics from their wives, and she talks about being a different person, them both being different people than when they first got married, and all of this, and Gizelle is just taking it all in. She gives her zero transparency. She gives her zero genuineness. She does not in turn share the differences between her and Jamal then and now. She doesn't talk about it like it's a real relationship, not even in the slightest. She just makes this little quip, makes these little jokes, something about her booty and keeping it in shape, and she moves on from it. We have gotten zero from Gizelle. Zero from Gizelle except bitterness and biting and backstabbing and convoluting, okay, and conspiring. Gizelle, you are critical as hell. And that's all I got to say about that. She was just talking about that Karen's parade and there wasn't nobody there. I noticed that at your award ceremony they never paying the audience. Why they didn't paying the audience, Gizelle? Why didn't you have them paying the audience? You run the production crew apparently. Yeah, you do run the production crew, and you said please do not show these 5 people, okay, in the back of this church fellowship hall award ceremony. We see what Gizelle, now we on Gizelle. We see what furthermore about Gizelle. We see what Gizelle's calling Juan about a ring that he clearly cannot afford. But we're going to talk about that. Like I said, Karen brought Gizelle because Monique couldn't come. And yeah, that's pretty much Gizelle. Aside from her talking about everybody else's life and relationship, we have nothing from Gizelle. We have absolutely nothing from Gizelle. That is the height of what we had from Gizelle. If Karen hadn't have taken her, we would have had nothing to talk about. We did focus a little bit more on Robyn, because they show her cleaning her computer off and griping about her boys. We see where she goes and has noshies with Candiace, and of course she wants to talk immediately about the whole Monique situation and what happened with that, and are you thinking about pressing charges? And Candiace plays it just like she was told to play it, you know. Go ahead and float out there that you may or may not press charges. It's on the table. It's on the table. Okay, and then we see where Candiace acts like she doesn't want to bring up, you know, she's like, do you want to talk about this situation? Why? What are you doing? Why are you whispering? Why are we talking low? This what you do, daughter. You expose people. This what you do. You expose people. You drag people for filth. Why we tiptoeing around Robyn's business? Huh? Y'all ain't gonna have no dinner meeting with production and talk about Robyn's taxes? We not dragging Robyn about her taxes? Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Turns out Robyn owes $90,000 in taxes. And apparently, according to Juan and Robyn herself, she's the only one that owe it. He don't really seem like he's affected by it at all. Later on, we get to see Robyn go to meet Juan, and I promise you she was dressed like Gizelle dressed her. From the cheap tacky wig on down, she looked like Gizelle dressed her. Okay, she's supposed to be Tatiana, and she meet him at the bar. Now, sidebar, I have already said it. I did not think Juan was cute. Well, I'm gonna retract that. Tonight he did look cute with that little chapeau and that beard. He just looked nice. He looked well groomed. Normally when we see Juan, he looked like he hasn't washed his face or brushed his teeth. I'm telling you, I just did not see, I don't see cute out of grunge. I don't, but today he did look cute. Now I stand by that, okay? I'm just letting you know. So she's got this whole thing where she's trying to dress up as somebody else, Tatiana, from Latavia. You know, they're supposed to be role playing, and he's gonna be Dylan and all of that. So I guess we get a little bit of Robyn and Juan storyline since y'all done ran Monique off with her real husband and her real family and her real business and her really, really well-paid taxes. And she brings up the taxes to him. This how y'all talk about taxes? You say you talk to your tax agent. You know, you talk to, I talk to our tax agent. But listen, take a note from Karen's page, okay? Juan is letting you know that he is not involved in this tax situation. That his taxes are Gucci. It's your taxes, boo, that's mucked up. Okay, and instead of taking the money that I'm gonna pay for this ring, whatever it is, bravo, I would love to know if you are paying for this ring. Instead of taking that money, okay, and putting it towards your taxes and helping you get out of the tax situation and bringing our family together financially, let's no, he is just like, you get it straight. Let me know when you got your book straight, sis, and we'll talk. It's a whole farce. Like, it's a whole farce. I mean, the way they are mollycoddling Robyn and Gizelle's weak behind storylines, like, it turns my stomach. It turns my stomach. And I'm sorry, this is the venom you guys are gonna get until y'all step it up. Y'all step it up, Bravo. Y'all step it up and really, really show us some reality TV. And that includes the good and the bad and the ugly in conversations. Okay? I'm sorry. This whole tag situation, we just gonna skirt around it. All right, that's fine. Let's talk about Wendy Osefo. We see Wendy Osefo. She is, I guess, doing like a radio broadcast, or she might be doing one of her analyst gigs and stuff. Listen, Wendy loves the sound of her own voice, okay? Wendy is the answer to the question that nobody is asking, okay? She loves to hear the sound of her own voice. She loves to toot her own horn, even if it's indirectly, okay? If you say, what did you have for dinner last night? I promise you, Wendy is going to find a way to work in the fact that she has a PhD. What we did get to see was her sister, her older sister, who's a surgeon. Now, surgeon or what, I don't know, but I'm sure she is very, very capable. She's a beautiful woman, but I will say this. I would never, ever, ever ask her if she would like to have a bite of my apple. Because I promise you, she would take it core and all, okay? And all you would be left with is this little slender, one little slide. I'm talking about she would eat the seeds and everything. Baby, she was dogging that food at that table. What I tell you, she was chicken hawking that food at that table. Bravo is so messy. Bravo is so messy. She was reaching over and eating Wendy's food. I was like, sis. When you got a very large grill, you have to be conscious of taking petite bites. Bites, especially when you're on camera. When you at home in the comfort of your own house, yes, you can put that whole honey bun directly in your mouth and break it down slow. But on TV, you know you will not. No, you will not, ma'am. You got to get that all the way in line, girl. Anyway, it was really cute. They did like this little role play. The older sister played the mama, and she talked like in a African dialect, and then evidently Wendy wants to change her career. She's not sure she want to go back. Like, I just don't understand what the big deal is. You're so successful at everything that you do. What difference do it make what you're gonna do in the future? You can still say, this is what I did. Your mom can still talk about you being a professor. Like, you don't have to stay. You've accomplished this and you've transitioned from it, you've grown from it, and you move on to something else. You know, she might want to be the dean of a college. You know what I'm saying? She might want to write curriculum. Like, I don't know. Anyway, that's Wendy, child. Okay, so let's talk about Candiace, and then we're going to talk about Monique. Candiace, like I said, has a Robyn or rough dry arse over to her house for noshies, okay, just for light nosh. And she put out a real nice spread. That was cute. I like that. I enjoy putting out a spread. When people come to my house, I like to offer them things, okay? I like to put things real nicely in front of them. You know, just in case you get hungry, you ain't got to eat it, but it's here if you do want it. You know what I'm saying? It was all very, very nice. Of course, like I said, listen, I think I saw Robyn below the poverty line. Below the poverty line as sneaking food in her handbag secretly, like we used to do at Golden Corral when they brought fresh shrimp out. Okay, she's had all these napkins wrapped up and she had it tucked down. I said, oh yeah, she's taking something home for Juan and them kids, okay? Oh, poor little Tink. Anyway, so, okay, of course, Robyn brings up the whole situation with Monique. Has she called you? No, she hasn't called you. And then Candiace fakes like she's gonna cry, you know, and she already had her napkins there ready so she could fold them up into a triangle and take the corner and jab it into the corner of her eye like she trying to stop tears, but really it's just going through the motions. And then out of the blue, she seemingly drags Karen. I'm just so surprised that Karen taking Monique's side. Who cares? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why are you so surprised? What about Ashley? Like, you bringing Karen up because you know it has already been discussed. Like, it's staged. You can tell. She brought Karen up so that Candiace can then say, when I talked to Karen, she told me to press charges. First thing out of her mouth she said was, you need to press charges. And Robyn was like, what? Like, this really your first time hearing this, Robyn? This your first time hearing this? Oh, okay. Anyway, so she gets it out there. Like I said, Karen later on kind of confirms it. Well, she does confirm it flat out. Anyway, I just don't understand. You know, I mean, Robyn, what's your curling irons opinion? What is your curling irons opinion? And while we on the subject, while you talking about Monique brawling, what's worse, actually brawling or constantly everyday dressing like you going to a brawl? Like you going to brawl. Like, if you come in that house one more again, dressed like you dancing in the Missy Elliott video, you always look like you one step away from grabbing a jug of Vaseline and wiping it on your face, like Tim's and baseball hats and joggers. Like, girl, if you've given us nothing. You've not given us face. You haven't given us hair. You haven't given us fashions. You haven't given us business. Your family has no business. I mean, we haven't seen you rear your children. We haven't seen you in your home. We haven't seen you, bake a pie, something, do something other than walk back and forth, dragging other people's name, carrying bones. What is the point in Robyn being on this show, Bravo? She don't even do her hair. She don't even do her hair for filming. Come on. I can't take her. Anyway, Candiace say she thinking about pressing charges, child. It's on the table. I call bullshit. First of all, she did press charges, y'all, but just so you know, all charges was dropped. And I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, Candiace didn't drop it. The judge threw it out. So, what are we talking about? Okay. So let's go on, but we're gonna just keep acting like this was a huge thing, and it was just a travesty and all of that. No, it was a skirmish, and skirmishes happen. You know, like I said, if you're not pressing charges on your mama's handbag, all I can say, Candiace, is do better, mouth. Do better, mouth. Do better. Watch that mouth. Even when she brought up the taxes about Robyn and she acted like she didn't want to talk about it, she didn't want to bring up the fact it was $100,000. Then she in confessional criticizing Robyn for criticizing other people about their taxes. But this chick in your house, like, why you ain't say that right then, right there? But you criticizing in the background. See, that's that mouth. That's that mouth. But what we all know is that Robyn got them hands too. Or at least she act like it. I mean, Monique proves she got them hands. But Robyn has threatened people with them hands before. So you could get it too, sis. I'm just saying, watch that mouth, Candiace. Watch that mouth. Then we see where Candiace meets with Mother Handbag. That's her mama, Dorothy. I call her Mother Handbag because, as you guys know, Mother Handbag wound that handbag up and bopped Candiace one herself, right? For coming out of her mouth, for that mouth, right? It's fine. You know, I guess mamas had that prerogative. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. It's not right, right? It's not right. So, okay. Just putting that footnote in them. They picked a little dog, Mowgli, because they had the dog adoption place. I mean, like I said, and I got, you know, a little criticism about mentioning Chris and his child support and the fact that he hasn't seen his child. At the time we learned about it, it was 12 years. It's got to be 13 or 14 years by now he hasn't seen his child. Like, we don't even talk about it. We don't even talk about if he paying child support. I think he got 3 kids. 2 kids, something like that, 2 different baby mamas. I'm not sure the whole thing, but he got more than 1 child. And as far as I know, he ain't seeing the children. As far as I know, that's what they said. If it's not true, hey, All we have is what they put on the show, right? That's all we can go by, right? Okay. But you're going to adopt a dog. You're going to adopt a dog so you can see if you want to have children. This is the storyline. This is my whole point. This is the storyline. But the reality is the man that you married does not see his children. He has children that he does not see. And apparently he's had some issues with child support with these kids. I mean, but we gonna talk about adopting a dog. This is what we're doing for storyline. This is what we're doing for a scene. Anyway, she get to talk to her mama. The dog that she picked out was beautiful. I don't know if she got the dog or she was just holding the dog. It looked like a high shed dog, but the dog was so beautiful. The dog's name was Mowgli, and it was the best part of this whole scene with her and Mother Handbag. Mother Handbag says, criticizes Monique. What kind of woman puts her hand on somebody? You, Mother Handbag, you put your hands on her. You hit your own daughter with the handbag. Admittedly so. So what are we talking about? Oh, okay. All right. So Candiace talk about I've been going to therapy. And mother says, this is what I just don't understand. I don't agree with this. She need to be in therapy. She need to be in therapy so she can talk through what to do with that mouth. And I said the same thing about her and Monique. Monique at least they both seeing somebody. Okay, they both need to see somebody. Candiace needs to address why she feels the need to be so biting and so cutting and so vicious. Okay? She needs to admit that she did a little bit of scheming. That she did provoke. You know, I mean, why are we talking about what Monique need to admit? Candiace needs to admit some things too. Okay? I said what I said. Shout out to Nene. Okay. And her mama tells her, you just need this time to call the attorney. Girl, goodbye. So we get to see Monique, which it was just so touching to me, this whole scene with her pastor. I mean, y'all know I'm not really big on saying I told you so, I told you so. It's something real déclassé about that for me. But listen, what did he say outside of postpartum that was different from what I said? I said something else is going on. I said Monique is at a boiling point, and she keeps saying blackout. I just think that blackout is the wrong term. I think what she means is that she saw red. It's different, okay? Because she clearly remembers it. She just saw red in that moment, okay? And she lost control, and she did what she did. Okay, but the pastor said some of the same things that I said. She's at her boiling point. She has spent a great deal. First of all, she was a fighter. He said when she came to, she was a fighter, and apparently she's known this pastor for a while. And you know, he said, and it came from the fact that you were bullied, and you have made these great strides to rise above it and to be this accomplished individual, and you hanging around a bunch of people that don't, or some of these women that don't appreciate what you have accomplished, and she's frustrated, and a whole host of other things. She kept talking about how stressed she was, and it's really difficult, and she's just reached her breaking point, not just about the Candiace situation, but as a whole. You know, he was very clear with her. You need to apologize. You need to what the anger that you have towards Candiace is a reflection of what you feel inside your own self. Okay, being taunted, being picked at, not being understood, being devalued. And she talked about how it made her feel to know that she thought she was being viewed, and she thought that she was being received in this really positive way from this woman, but to come to find out that you really wasn't my friend like that, it was just something that, again, like I said, made her see red. And the first time we hear Monique admit it, we hear Monique have remorse, we hear Monique say, I need to apologize to her. And Chris, just the flat out ride or die husband that he is, true partner, said, no, we need to apologize because I haven't reached out to Chris and they were our friends. We need to apologize. Not for Candiace, but for herself. For them. It was a good moment. It was a good moment. And you could see that moment where Monique was pensive and she was like, you know, in that place where she wanted to continue to defend, and the pastor just kept laying it out, and she received it. She received it, okay? And she talks about this in the blogs, how where it wasn't in the blogs, it was on Watch What Happens Live, like where she was going to apologize, and before she could do it, she gets this letter, this legal letter. At this point, she couldn't reach out to her. I believe that. I do. I believe that. Right? The conversation with Monique on the speakerphone at the wooden farm, Karen's family farm. First of all, I think the whole conversation with the pastor makes that moment moot, one. And two, please don't get down in my comments with that, because if y'all think y'all heard that full conversation on that speakerphone, that little snippet, if you think that was the full extent of that conversation from Monique's end, you're crazy. You're nuts. Okay? You're nuts. All right? That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm still Team Monique until it is proven otherwise. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell y'all. I really don't. Okay? Y'all tell me what you think. Y'all put it down below. Y'all know I'm okay with y'all disagreeing with me as long as you're respectful. As long as you're respectful. But don't come over here caping so hard that you don't know how to be nice. You don't know how to be kind. Okay? Because y'all know we don't tolerate that over here. We just don't do it. Okay? I will not windmill you. Okay? But I will get you together. I will get you together. Okay? Y'all put it down low. Tell me what you think of this whole episode. Are you as frustrated with these dead end storylines of Gizelle and Robyn? Are you as frustrated as I am? Listen, Karen, you are looking real suspect right now. Karen, listen. You see me real disingenuous. Just gonna put it out there. That's all I'm gonna say. It'd be different if you wasn't saying nothing at all. But if you going to Monique and saying one thing and then going to Candiace and saying another, you look kind of flip-floppery. But I think Ray gonna get it all together. Ray gonna bring it full circle for us next week. Y'all stay tuned for that. And until next time, honeybees, mwah, mwah, mwah. I holla.